Hello, this is Alan Grover with EXP Realty. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons I chose EXP Realty. So, first of all, let's this is the top company producing the most sales in real estate with the top agents in the business. Commission splits, fantastic. Three, stock bonuses. The company gives you stock bonuses. How fantastic is that? Fourth is the additional residual income. Crushing. Amazing program. And fifth, they got the best training, technology, and support in the industry. So let's start out. Leading the way. EXP Realty leads the way. This is 2024 numbers. I got to update with 2025 when they come out. But here we are. We outproduced again, multiple years. Again, we outproduced all of the real estate companies and units, transactions in the world, right? In the United States. Well, this is the United States report. So, and that's as reported by Real Trends. What's really interesting here is if you're aware, this number two is anywhere, right? And if you're not familiar, I used to be with an Anywhere brand myself. Anywhere is a company that owns Coldwell Banker, ERA, Century 21, Better Homes and Gardens, and Sotheby's. What's amazing is most people don't realize they're all owned by the same parent company called Anywhere. EXP Realty last year did more transactions than all of them combined. Now, that's interesting because you probably haven't heard of EXP as often or as well known as some of those other brands, but we actually outsell them. And a lot of the times it's because the top agents in the industry actually go to EXP after starting with other brands. It's an interesting thing. It's a great company to start with, but what they find out is they attract the experienced agents who know how to sell real estate. Number two, my top reasons compensation, right? The plan for commissions is amazing. It's an 80-20 commission split, you getting 80 with your broker getting 20 until the broker caps or you cap in sales and commissions with $16,000 going to the broker. After you've capped, you're going to earn 100% of the commission for the remainder of that year. So it's amazing. That's a great commission split. Um, when I started, there was a quick startup fee, $149. So it's low cost. It actually provided me, they gave me coffee mug, they gave me business cards, they gave me brand folders and branded folders and stuff, a little startup kit that was included in that startup fee. It's an $85 a month cloud brokerage fee that actually covers tech, a bunch of good tech, including Bold Trail and Canva, which I use every day. $25 transaction review fee per close per sale, $60 and risk management fee. It's like an air and emissions insurance, which does cap at 750 a year, so you're not paying it consistently for when you cap out and you've done enough transactions, you actually stop paying the risk management fee for the year. Now, let's just talk reality. If we were to make a sale, okay? So I go out there, I make a sale, in a $400,000 house. If an agent charges 2.5% commission, it's a $10,000 worth of gross close commissions to worth of GCI income to the office. Now, before I cap, I'm on an 80-20 split. So I got to give 2 grand of that to the broker. And I've got to, here, let me actually get myself, hold on, let me get myself out of the way here so you can see this. Risk management fee of the 60, and then there's it totals $7,915, which would be my take-home pay, right? Of course, I do need, just so you know, it's income, so we have to pay taxes and all good stuff on that. That times 8 deals would actually put me at capping because 10 times 8 is $80,000. That would cap me. And 80,000, I've given 16,000 to the company in gross close commissions. Then I'm going to switch over to 100% commission, which is the after capping. So on that transaction, it's 10 grand in, zero to the company for a split. 2560 is taken out. There's a $250 cap transaction fee at that point. So I'm going to make $9,665. Now, when I do 20 of those transactions, at that point, I become what's called icon. Oh, icon. That's fantastic. That's when you're really top agent in the company. Great bonuses. We're going to talk about that in a little bit and other reasons why I'm excited about that. But I got to tell you, my previous broker on this same transaction of 10 grand, I had to pay my previous broker a franchise fee totaling 8%. Now, different franchises have different fees that are due. So you got to ask when you're interviewing, if you're interviewing other companies, is there a franchise fee? And that company was $800 of the 10 grand would have gone directly to corporate, not even to the broker. Then the remainder would be split with the broker with me, and I was on a 70-30 split after being in the business for 28 years. So that would be $2,700 um, would go to the broker, and I would have to pay an error emissions insurance fee of $40. Um, and I would have a transaction management fee for each transaction. It was a transaction coordinator helping me out. It'd be $295. If I didn't collect it from my customer, I had to pay it. So $6,165 would be my take-home pay. Can you understand why agents may like the EXP platform? And by the way, there's no capping. That's all transactions, no matter what. There's no capping for the year. And if I did 20 sales, I'm making 123,300. When I do 20 sales after capping on the other, I'm at $193,300. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I like my brokers, but I'm not sure I like them that much, which is why I'm with EXP Realty now. Anyways, they're good people, by the way. I loved all the people I've worked with throughout my whole career. Everybody's been great. Um, Number three, stock bonuses, right? So with EXP, it's, I don't know if you know, but it's publicly traded on the stock market. So EXP gives me a bonus of $200 of EXP stock for the first transaction closing. So that's just bonus. Now I do have to hold it. It's an incentive program. I didn't pay for it. It was a bonus from the company. Got to hold it for 3 years before I can go sell it. $400 comes on when I cap. So when I cap, I finish those 8 deals. Give them 80. I made 80 grand, gave them 16. I cap. They're going to give me $400 in bonus stock. Um, and I will say also $400 stock when I directly attract another agent, somebody maybe like yourself or another agent in the industry wants to come work with us. If they come work with me, $400 is the company stock I'm going to get on their first closing as a bonus. How nice is that? Right? So extra sources of income. I'm able to also, I do volunteer in this program. It's a voluntary program where I enroll 5% of my commissions will go directly into EXP stock, which I get to purchase at a 5% discount. It's a great way to add money into your stock program. The stock I purchase off of my commissions are vested immediately. I can trade them at any time there. I don't have to hold on to them. Um, and then the top agents will also receive $16,000, up to $16,000 in company stock once they've hit their icon award. That's where they would have done the 8 deals under that circumstance of the 10 grand plus another 20. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. There's a couple extra ways to get the icon award, so we'll talk about that in a second. Um, yeah, and the 8,000 and comes immediately of that 16,000 will come immediately within the month that the agent is recognized as an icon agent. By the way, there are agents that I have hired and trained that are icon agents. Anybody can do this. You can do this, right? There's agents out there that are better than me that I've trained. Cultural commitment. So when you start doing things to help grow the company and you do some training and some things that you can earn up to another $4,000 by earning 20 points on activities. Then there's events, right? We have an EXP Con event, which is a national event, meets once a year. You can make another $2,000 for showing up on that. And then there is also 2,000 available if you go to a regional, right? We got one coming in Hartford. And so you go to those, you get extra stock bonuses. So great stuff. Um, Icon Award. Okay, to become an icon agent to get those bonuses, you either the option one, which I kind of talked to you about, cap with $16,000 to the company, and then you actually do 20 transactions at it says cap fee of 5 grand. Well, that's that $250 fee per transaction times 20 fees is 5 grand. So if you do 20 deals, you're going to end up capping on top of, I'm sorry, after you cap, do 20 deals, you become an icon agent. The second option is sometimes you may have like a big sale. I may have a good commercial sale coming. If I do, I could literally be making the $500,000 in one commission check, which would be nice. But you can cap, earn up to 500,000 in gross closed commissions because maybe you have some really good sales, and you have to close a minimum of 10 transactions. There will be an icon qualifying fee at that point, but the reality is you can actually become an icon agent and get those stock benefits. Without actually having to do 20 extra deals. So there's a couple ways to get that done. Don't want to go into the details in the weeds. Um, Fourth way. This is my fourth reason. Probably, this is the most exciting reason for me to be with EXP, to be 100% honest with you. In my previous company that I was with and loyal to my broker, loved them to death, I was with them for over 20 years, and truthfully, I was a recruiter and coach for his company. I did great. I enjoyed it. I've trained over 100 successful agents who are out there making money and license still today. The reality is, today with EXP now, I can make a residual income from them with a revenue share program. Remember how I told you that they're going to take $16,000? It's 20% until I cap, right? So the first 16,000 in cap till I cap, 8,000 of it is actually company dollar. The other 8,000 is going to be used to grow the company, and they're going to pay that back in revenue share. So an additional way I can make money is by training and hiring agents to come join my team, help them succeed. And so everybody that I hire myself will be my tier one. In the first year, I can get a bonus up to 4,000, 50% of 4,000, whatever. I'm not going to go into all the extreme details, but realize this: I can earn up to 17.5% on tier one for their close. So they have a closing, and they pay out, and the part of the money that they pay to the company, I'm going to get 17.5% as a bonus in revenue share, right? Now, what's tier two, you ask? Well, when the person that I just hired on tier one and got them trained and up and running, when they have other people and they attract other agents who are interested in joining our team, well, they become their tier one and they become my tier two. They're 2 levels deep. And on their closings, I'm going to get 20% plus, right? And then on tier three, it's going to be 12.5%. And that means the people they hire and bring on and have trained. And then it goes down to your 4, 5, 6, 7. In fact, I'll go to the next slide because this kind of explains it. It gets deep, gets complicated. Don't want to go into it too much, but just realize this: you can get paid up to 7 levels deep. In order to get tier one, two, and three, you have to have 0 to 4 people working for you, with you that you personally brought on yourself, right? So that's the frontline qualifying agent, FLQA, count needed. So you need to have 0 to 4 people to qualify to get paid on 3 tiers deep. On the fourth tier, you actually have five, you need to have at least 5 to 9 people in your direct hire where you brought them on personally, not the people your team building people, but people you bring on directly. To get the 5 tiers deep, you got to have between 10 and 14, and you have to cap. So you got to do those 8 deals at 10 grand to cap. Then you'll also qualify, and you got to have 10 to 14 people that you've brought on through the years. 15 to 29 people, and capping will be get you to tier six. And then 30 plus people you bring on and you become an icon agent, you're going to be making 22.5%. So again, it gets complicated, goes deep. Just realize this: you can make an additional income, right? So annual income you can earn on residual income up to $2,800 on each agent you personally sponsor when they cap. So they hit their cap, they do their 8 sales, boom, you've made an earn through the year to up to 2,800. In fact, if it's their first year, there's some bonuses that come with that, and it could be up to 4 grand. So additional income, right? Go bring on board 10 people, right? Who do 8 deals and they cap, and all of a sudden now you got an extra $28,000 worth of income that you didn't go earn. They did it by going and closing other people's businesses. If I had the 100 agents that I've had over 100 agents. I've had at least 100 successful agents licensed still today. They're out there making money. The reality is if I had them all, if I had done this a long time ago, I'd be making $280,000 worth of income every year for what they're doing on top of what I would do. That's a nice little thing. Now, this is a wonderful thing. When you pass away, this is inheritable. It's inheritable. You can actually transfer all of these to your spouse. Now, they will need to get a real estate license. And they got a little time to get it done, but they need to get a license. But it is inheritable, which is pretty interesting. Um, Co-sponsorship. So their sponsors, a primary sponsor is a person that brings them on, right? What EXP has realized is that a lot of times there's more than one person in the company that really was the reason why they joined the company. And in that situation, there can be a co-sponsor. So a co-sponsor would allow a second agent to get revenue share and a fast start bonus. They wouldn't get the stock grants. So that would be a little bit of a drawback. But the reality is there's actually income levels for more than one person for bringing on the same person, which is interesting. It'd be a primary sponsor and a co-sponsor. We can talk more about that and explain more of that to you later if you have questions. Um, EXP Realty, though, the reality is it's really built a company whose agents are incentivized to help other agents succeed. I really believe that's the big key for the reason why agents in EXP produce more than your average in the industry, and they don't have the branding expense that they're paying, nor do they get the benefit of that global branding. But they have agents that understand how to do the business, and they know where and how to find business, and know how to make things happen. And that's what I love about EXP Realty. They are the true professionals in the industry, if you ask me. Now, best training, technology, and support is how you get to be the best agent in the industry. So they have what's called a Fast Cap program. It'll take you through. They also have a mentoring program, but the Fast Cap program is pretty much for everybody, truthfully. It shows you how to own your own business. Prospecting, it'll teach you how to find the business, your database, lead generation. They've got uh, marketing your brand with your branding, and it's got winning with buyers, winning with sellers. It really is a program to bring you through and help you get educated to show you how to make this work. There's also, interestingly enough, I'm looking at it, they offer you your choice of a contact management system. When you're a realtor, you are going to need to be able to maintain contact with different customers and be able to um, find business, market through. And Bold Trail is a contact manager I use. I used it with my last brokerage. They provided it for me. EXP provides it for me. It's part of that $85 monthly fee. I'll be honest with you, I believe if you go to Bold Trail directly and you were to pay for just that, you are going to pay more than what I pay on a monthly basis for my technology fee. I believe it's more expensive. Last time I checked, it's been years since I've looked. But Lofty is another. If you don't like Bold Trail, they got Lofty, they got Close. They all have different advantages. You can research them. We can talk about them, but you get to choose what CRM works best for you. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice here. The one that works best is the one you actually use. So they also have Canva. You ever hear of Canva? Well, EXP provides for all of its agents no extra cost Pro, Canva Pro. What does that do? Makes all these ads. This happens to be a open house social media Facebook post that I made, and what it has videos. It's got sound. You see soundtracks at the bottom with waves there. The soundtracks are literally me copying and pasting the remarks from the MLS. The AI version in this software takes that text and reads it out loud. I've got music in the background. I've got photos that go through, and there's different, you can see the different pages, and it's all branded and it's all provided for by EXP. Great tool to use to grow your business. Brokerage goes further with SkySlope, right? So the reality is SkySlope is, if you're a real estate agent, you're going to need to have real estate contracts. This is an online platform, gives you all your contracts, all your forms, your documents that you're going to need, disclosures. You get the ability to do electronic signatures with your customer. You're going to get to manage all your listing paperwork. You're going to manage every sales transaction. In fact, you get to work along with EXP compliance representatives, meaning they're actually going to look over your paperwork, make sure you crossed your T's, dotted your I's, did what you had to do, and they're going to open and close the sale with you, and they'll help you through the process. That's that fee, that $25 fee that you're paying for that. Um, Not for the technology, but for the actual review for each transaction. Mira, a new AI, exclusive AI business assistant that you can build to transform your agent productivity. Get started with it. It's with EXP. Great stuff. Financial management. They've got building a legacy. They've got brand marketing. They've got wellness management, learning development, right? The amazing things. They got the EXP University online. They've got EXP World, where you can literally 24 hours a day go anywhere, and you can go online and anywhere in the world, and you can get tech support 24 hours a day because they are a worldwide company. Great stuff. Um, Healthcare is available if you need it, right? The Canva, the contact managers, all kinds of stuff. It's amazing company, great program. This kind of listed out a little differently, but Susi, interesting platform, allows you to track your contacts, your business. People that use Susi make a lot more money. Great stuff. It's all online, provided for you. There's Slack, which is like a informational piece that can help you. Great stuff, good stuff, great tech support, great training, great lead generation, everything you need as a new agent. If you have any questions, please give me a call. We'll set up a meeting. We'll have a coffee. I'll answer any of your questions, and we can talk more about the advantages of EXP and how it can make your real estate career a professional, successful one. Thank you, everybody.